BISALLAH, do solemnly affirmed that the evidence I shall give before this honorable commission shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me Allah.
Seventh witness.
Yes. Could you tell this commission your address and occupation, Ibrahim BISALLAH?
I live in Kaduna town.
Your name first, your name.
Oh, my name is Ibrahim BISALLAH. Ibrahim BISALLAH.
You live in Kaduna and work in Kaduna?
I work in Kaduna with a private company.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Kataf.
You are a representative of the Hausa Fulani community?
Yes, my lord.
Yes. You had the evidence led by the first to 6 witnesses.
Yes, my lord.
Now, in view of time constraint, you've also presented a response in the documentary form. In view of time constraint,
yes,
are you in a position to use some few minutes and present it rather than read it and highlight on the issues raised and the way forward,
yes,
if possible?
Yes, my lord. If the commission permits, I will be able to do that. To present my position.
May it please your lordship and members of the commission, this is the first time I'm hearing that the Hausa Fulani group have submitted a memorandum or have a response.
Is it in evidence? Has it been tendered?
Actually, it has not been tendered. By the time, my lord, by the time I came
in. It has not yet been tendered.
We will tender it now, my lord.
You want to tender it?
Yes, my lord.
Have you given your learned friends copies?
My lord, copies were brought to the commission. I thought honestly, in all honesty, that he was served.
I see.
Yes.
Have you got copies?
While I came into the matter, the documents are already here.
Have you got copies for other members? They should have served them all this while. What about counsel for the commission? All of them are away? Clerk of court.
My lord, copies. The witness informed me.
You filed copies?
He submitted copies in this commission before I even came into the matter.
How many days ago?
Right after the visit, sir. Right after your visit to Zaman Kataf. Yes, we submitted.
Well, they are bringing some copies.
You gave them yesterday. I only have one.
Submitted.
Yes, yes, it is, yes. Stop it.
Is that the one you are referring to?
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
May we humbly tender it in evidence, my lord.
Have you given you a learned?
Yes, he has been given. Please stop the video now that you have done your work. When we get there, we will. What is the last one? The last exhibit was 66, my lord.
67.
As the commission pleases.
Lord, I have not been served with a copy of the reply. I have not been served with a copy, sir.
He has not been served.
I have not been served.
How many copies did he? Have you searched only how many copies? Did they submit?
My lord, they brought 12 copies. That's what I was made to
12.
understand. Yes.
Well,
you know,
be able to go around. Where then?
Yes. Of the response.
Let him go on. Listen, he's going to read some portions. Most of the thing is, appendices. All right, go on.
Please, can you skip the preambles and then go to areas you want to highlight, you highlight quickly.
Okay.
Make it a presentation, like an old professor.
All right, my lord. Thank you, my lord. We wish to first of all sincerely thank the commission and members for giving us this opportunity to present our own position as regards to issues related to Zaman Kataf crisis, as to whether there is peace currently or there is none. We believe really, if we're able to be heard properly, the commission will understand the position from which we are presenting our case, and thereafter guide the commission in giving proper recommendation. We would like to believe, first of all, that peace, in fact, is not the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice. So the establishment of this commission by this current democratic government will be remembered, indeed, if it is able to bring about the needed reconciliation to the entire nation at the end of its assignment. Our reluctance initially, when the commission was established to forward a petition, was informed by, in particular, to forward a petition with regards to abuses of human rights. Will certainly maybe give a surprise to many Nigerians. Ever since the outbreak of the crisis and thereafter, and up until recently, our community had never deemed it necessary to make its case known to the public until sometime in April this year to July, when certain facts or certain distortions of facts on the ground emerged and was made to the world that there had been reconciliation going on, or there had been reconciliation indeed in Zaman Kataf between the Hausa Fulani community and the Kataf. And that statement was credited to Kataf community's petition, which was presented to this Honorable Commission. We felt otherwise for so many reasons. One has to do with the fact that we as a people haven't lived for so long a time, over 300 years, inside Zaman Kataf town, neighbored by Kataf community, did not, for once, imagine that our people will be descended upon or invaded upon by the Kataf community. So when it happened, the various tribunals, as some witnesses here of Kataf community had mentioned, were set up. One was really, the Rahila Kujo Commission of Inquiry. The next one was Justice Okadibo, and the other Commission of Inquiry too, a tribunal by the federal government. Within the fold of those Commission of Inquiry, there were reports which were submitted to the government as to the facts and issues related, or rather related to the crisis. Surprisingly, After the submission of the committee's report, in the first instance, Kujo, the government has refused to release that report. Our community is a community of peace.
Which
It's been a
government?
community that believes in justice. It's a community that believes, even up to date, that justice must be done for peace to reign, for Nigeria in particular to move forward. But surprisingly, really, I mean, such report, as in-depth as it was, as very transparent as it was, did not see the light of the day, up to date. Therefore, similarly, in the case of, except Okadibo's tribunal, and the other tribunal set up by the federal government that saw the light of the day, or near the light of the day, in which the perpetrators, the convicted, were convicted. The perpetrators of the Kataf crisis were convicted. And by the grace of God, their sentences, or the death sentence passed on them, was committed, or were committed. We've had all this. I do not want to really, delve on this, but the fact of the matter is that that had been done. And later, it was committed. And today, there are free people. There are free men. With regard to, okay, that is one. We have thought, having had all these reports and white papers present, or rather, white papers made from the Commission of Inquiry of Kujo, that if it had been implemented, the white paper position had been implemented, we believe we will not be here listening to all sort of allegations and the counter lies, I will call, on behalf of my community, as presented by the Kataf community, alleging that we were the aggressors, we were responsible. We declared a jihad, or we had intent to declare a jihad. And thereafter, we also launched attack on the Kataf community, in which about 770-something people belonging to Kataf extract were murdered. That is one. Secondly, we have also found that the verdict as delivered by Okadibo's tribunal on the identified convicted Kataf people had done, as far as we're concerned, justice. Because as long as really, we don't believe in the law, certainly, there won't be peace in this nation. However, we beg to forgive and forget and accept what the wisdom of the then government did in commuting their sentences to life imprisonment, to prison terms. And today they are in our midst, and further, to our greatest shock, demanding that the commission should consider their case. For what? For they have been unfairly tried. That, we believe, is an issue which our community would like to ask, whether these convicted Kataf people are not grateful to God, whether they want peace by coming over here, whether they imagine the people, the innocent souls in Zaun Kataf town, the Hausa Fulani community who live there for over 300 years, deserved the death which they meted on them.
Do you know about how many Hausa Fulanis died?
Exactly,
Is it contained in your write-up?
It is contained in our write-up.
Where?
It is contained,
Is that from appendix?
yes, it's at appendix, let me just read it out, my lord.
Look at appendix 4A.
It is, my lord.
It's contained there.
It contains the list of the innocent souls that were killed in Zangon Kataf
Yes.
by these convicted really, Kataf people
Yes.
who are here looking for justice.
Yes.
And that we really very much wonder.
Do you have evidence of the attack on the Kataf, Zangon Kataf town,
Exactly.
that
We
you can
have
present to
evidence.
this commission?
Exactly. We have a cassette which shows the outlook of Zangon Kataf town before the 1992 invasion, the May attack which was done. As the former chairman of local government on the part of Kataf really mentioned, that Zangon Kataf was reduced to a ruined town with the survivors virtually out of town or displaced.
Do you have the evidence?
We do have that.
Yes.
It gives a picture of
My Lord,
what Zangon Kataf was
without
before
waste
the
of
crisis.
time, if I may tender 3 video tapes, Zangon Kataf town before the attack and after, and then a meeting of Hausa Zango community with the Katafs, Pali for reconciliation.
Sorry.
3 tapes in evidence.
So, may I continue?
Yes, I know you are presenting, you can't read this all.
Yes, I
But
cannot
now,
really.
after this
I will not be
crisis,
able
were
to.
there efforts to reconcile
Okay.
and settle and live peacefully?
All right.
Were there efforts?
Okay.
Yes, sorry. My Lord, I applied to tender these 3 tapes.
There were
Hold on.
Okay.
How many cassettes? Are you telling
3
all
of them, my Lord.
one by one or?
If my Lord, they can be marked at the same time to
All right.
for time.
I don't know whether you have the dates. Mark them according to date.
Yes.
68,
They have a label.
69, 70.
Yes. They are entitled Zangon Kataf Town before the attack and after 15th and 16th of May 1992. Then the second cassette is meeting
3
with
cassettes.
houses. Meeting with houses of Zango, meeting with Kataf people, inspection of Zango town, inauguration of reconciliation meeting, and Pali at Zango, the last one.
Other ones after the 3?
No, that's the,
The 3, yes,
Yes, the 3,
68, 69, and 70.
yes. What were other efforts? Were other efforts made to settle?
Indeed, there were some efforts exactly made
Yes.
by 2 administrations of the state. The first was really the Kujo. The second one was the AVM Usman Mazu Reconciliation Committee. The Reconciliation Committee of AVM Mazu. Thereafter, there was the Pali Peace Reconciliation,
Yes.
which was held in Zangon Kataf Town at Government Day Secondary School on 11th August 1995.
Now, what can you say briefly on the Usman Muazu committee?
Okay.
First.
The Usman Mazu Committee,
AVM.
the AVM Usman Mazu reconciliation effort had assembly of the 2 communities representatives, which were 7 in number. Having prepared its report and submitted it to the government decided, but before then we were addressed by the government at the submission time that the report itself did not contain what the government actually wanted. There were some key areas which of the Kataf demanded. There were some key demands of the Kataf which were not really, addressed by the committee's report. On the other part, the Hausa community too had their own demands, which were not really met.
They were not also implemented.
Exactly, they were not implemented. Subsequently, there was the Pali. The Pali was held at Zango, which was another set of representatives. This time around, it was a grassroots base, sampling out or bringing out elderly people from the 2 communities to stand and to stand and declare what they really wanted that will bring about lasting peace in the market of town, which we believe, our community believes, could be regarded as far-reaching position of the 2 communities.
Do you have evidence of that Pali?
We do.
Yes.
There are 2 cassettes which were really recordings of the Pali meeting.
Who and who are in attendance?
The
From government?
I beg your pardon?
Were there attendants from government?
There were attendants of government. It
Who?
was held and chaired by then military administration in the state, Colonel Lawal Jafar Isa, and his entire executive council
Yes.
were in attendance.
Yes.
And at that parley, decisions were arrived at, and pledges were made equally.
Pledges were.
Pledges. Demands were made, and pledges were also
Have a look at this tape.
made.
My Lord, may I tender 2 audio tapes? Parley at Zango Town with Hausas and Kataf people. Joint meeting between Hausas and Kataf people on 11 August 1995. Venue, Government Day Secondary School, Kataf. Initiator, former military administrator, Kaduna State, Brigadier Lawal Jafar Isa. Tapes 1 and 2, my Lord.
I'll continue, my Lord.
Yes. You see, we,
71 and 72.
as a court, please.
If I may read
Mr. Ibrahim,
Yes, please.
I know you are itching to go so much in details, but I want you to capture the real issue now. Is there a possibility to have peace now? And what do your community really want in order to have peace?
Certainly. It's possible to have peace,
Yes.
and it might not be possible, depending on really, what I may have to say. It's possible in the sense that we, as a community, require compensation for the lives and property that were destroyed in Zango Kataf town. I beg to correct here. The statement made or the exhibit tendered, at which point our community was said to have been paid a meager amount of compensation. That is not true. It is not true that our community has been paid any compensation. Another witness even countered that from the same Kataf community, in which he said 3,500 naira was paid to family heads who were returning to Zango Kataf in 1906 by the government of Jafar Isa. That was all that happened. We believe it is only fair that our community, which had suffered this colossal loss of life for reasons which, of course, emanated thereafter, in particular during the parley, in which Kataf really, made it very categorically clear that the problem of Zango Kataf had to do with self-determination. And Jafar Isa's government decided to do that. And even then, we also conceded on our own part to also be under them, even though their reasons for demanding self-determination was entirely a very sad thing, in the sense that they allege that we were used, as the last witness had said, that we were being used by Zazzau Emirate. As such, they needed self-determination. And we believe it was as a result of that that our people were massacred en masse and the town was destroyed.
Did you personally lose someone?
I did.
Yes.
Personally here, I lost my father.
Yes.
My father happened to be, at that time, before 1992, as the chief of blacksmith, because that is our profession in Zango Kataf
Yes.
district as a whole.
Yes.
He was the title holder of that profession. And according to eyewitnesses, because I was not there, according to eyewitnesses, at the last end of the attack, on the second day of the attack, they headed our community, the remaining survivors, they headed them onto the site of the controversial market. And it was at that site that my father was called, and another Hausa man that was called to the site of really Kataf leaders and invaders, the attackers. And he was macheted and murdered there,
Yes.
along with another Hausa man.
Yes. When this commission visited Zango, have you had the opportunity of seeing where the victims of the Hausa Fulani were buried in Zango thereafter?
Exactly. There were spots during the visitation of the commission,
Yes.
which our community wanted to show the commission members.
Yes.
But as a result of really manipulation, which we discovered, we were disallowed. Because like one of the witnesses said, 99% of the inhabitants of Zango Kataf town were the Hausas. We believe it was us or our leaders that could really show the commission all these spots where this destruction or the mass grave were made.
Is it contained in any of these videotapes you tendered?
It is contained, my lord.
The mass grave?
The mass graves is contained in one of the videos tendered.
What about some of the victims?
Some of the victims could not return to Zango Kataf.
Yes.
Some as a result of real circumstantial reasons, because of the level of, the wretchedness, the state of wretchedness with which the crisis had to tell on them, they had no choice but just to go back to Zango Kataf, even though the reconstruction of the town was miscarriage. I learned about the fact that one of the witnesses said that the construction of the town was completed. It is untrue. The reconstruction of Zango Kataf town has never been completed.
Yes. Now, it is being stated in the petition that compensation, your land is being acquired and compensation is being assessed to pay you. What do you say to that, your community?
As far as our community is concerned,
yes,
the only issue of compensation had to do with the market site, yes, the controversial market site.
Yes.
And even at the controversial market site,
yes,
it is a known fact that compensation was only paid to a few individuals. And I would like to say also by extension that you cannot be paid compensation until a property is yours. I believe really, these are part of the issues or part of the points which the Commission will take note of. That if the House of Fulani community do not own land, how could they be paid compensation on a land to be acquired for whatever purpose by the
yes,
public?
Alhaji Ibrahim, we have to say so many things at the same time. What was the decision of the Muazu committee as regards the market?
Indeed.
Can you tell the Commission?
The decision of the Muazu committee, of which I was a signatory to as a representative of the community, had this position. It says that there should be enlightenment preceding the siting or locating or constructing a new market for Zango Kataf. Two, the authority concerned to erect the market should construct the market different from the site of the controversy.
Has that been done?
That has not been done.
Yes.
This has not been the case. During the tenure of Colonel Jafar Issa in the state, it was, let me just put it this way, my lord, that this position of market and other issues to do with land in Zango Kataf were part of the reasons of our community to now differ in position with the Kataf community and also any other party involved on acceptance in totality of that Avian Osama report. One of which is really, the issue of market. The issue of market, like I started to say, was clearly negating the provision or the consensus reached, contained in the Avian Osama report. That was one fact. Two, the issue of land had adequately been responded to, in the sense that during the Pali meeting or reconciliation between the two communities by the same government of Colonel Jafar Issa, the issue of land was categorically addressed. And the Kataf community leadership, which represented the entire Kataf community, yes, said in verbatim that anything to do with peace, it can only be achieved in Zango Kataf if and only if chiefdom is granted the Kataf community. Because they alleged there during the committee, the meeting, reconciliation meeting, that they had suffered unduly under Zazzau Emirate. As such, and two, not only suffering enough, but also that Zazzau Emirate and its tradition is completely alien to their Christian and Kataf culture. That they said categorically, and it was on these two bases that we believe, our community believe, and that's what really happened, that the government went ahead to create Atiaf Chiefdom in 1995, along with, at the same time, it created Zango Urban District for the House of Fulani community, and also ensuring that the territory under the Zango Urban District is for the House of Fulani community. And it was also during that same meeting that we considered the fact that even though Kataf argued that they were run away or they disliked Zazo Emirate being Islamic and also non-Kataf in composition and context, we said for peace, we were going to give and take. We agreed and accepted to be under Atef Chudam, in spite of the fact that we, our community, are not Kataf and they are not Christians.
Yes.
These are
today
really part of the facts.
some of pieces of your land today being occupied by Kataf people?
Indeed, our land, even the present headquarters,
Yes.
is entirely being constructed. I believe the commission will remember that we visited the site of the Atta Palace headquarters, which was being constructed on our land. Yes. We complained this, we forwarded our complaint to the government. We also notified the ATF chiefdom leadership about it. Now, as we had earlier tendered, there is a law that created ATF chiefdom at Samarkata, with its headquarters at Samarkata. And anybody that is a native of the environment, anybody that is native of both Kataf and our House of Fulani community know that really, I mean, where Samur ends, where the purported place also ends, where Zango Kataf territory ends.
What about security and peace now in Zango as regards your own community?
The situation
since you returned,
exactly.
Since your people returned, are you in peace now?
We have never been in peace, and I want to illustrate it in this context.
Yes.
When there were a lot of really, I mean, pledges made by the Kataf community. It is contained in the cassette. It is also contained in our exhibit. I mean, main response. The Kataf agreed to concede any controversial land surrounding, I mean, which our community has been living over 300 years. Consequent upon that, they also said they could even also give us extra plot of land if we so require. It is really, I mean, there in the cassette. But, the chief himself, Paramount Chief, who had been a district head since 1967 to 1992, in Zaman Kataf, a Kataf man, His Royal Highness Bala Ade Dokyogora, he had been in Zaman Kataf 1967 to 1992 under Zazo Emirate and lived in Zango peacefully with us. Also pledged to take us, or really, I mean, look after our community in trust, between him and God, in trust, and accord us all our rights, and not to interfere with all what we needed as will provide us peaceful coexistence. But it has never been the case. When our people were returned in 1996, under the Pali agreement, which was entered in 1995 between the two communities, our community were visited with intimidation, harassment, either at their farmlands or at the market, which you tended as one of the exhibits, by our district head, or really, I mean, along the way, along the road, if you are moving. And we have witnesses to really, I mean, illustrate, if we have enough time. But apparently, we do not have time, really. I mean, we have witnesses who were attacked when they went to till their farmlands and on the outskirts of Zamakato.
Yes, I have a paper here, Hausa Fulani Community, letter addressed to His Royal Highness, Samaru Kataf, signed by your community.
Yes, my lord.
And another one also, Zango Town Committee, addressed to the Governor of Kaduna. And the last one, the Fulani Association of Fulbe Refugees of Zango Kataf.
Well, witness did mention that peace has evaded them. Can he give us his recipe for peace? What does he recommend that will bring peace?
Yes.
All right.
If you can you help us there.
Yes. Thank you, my lord. Short of what we have really...
Is it contained?
It's contained at the end of our petition, page 43, sir.
43.
Yes, my lord.
Yes. 1 to
1 to 13. It's
Okay.
ending up in page 45.
45. Okay.
Such were the...
You wish to adopt that as part of your...
Exactly.
Do you want to add any more?
Yes. I would like to really add this
Yes.
on behalf of my community.
Yes.
The
Now,
last...
sorry, let me just interrupt. These recommendations that will bring peace, I'd like you to, what will the government do, and what will each community do?
Thank you, sir.
They're all there.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Do I say it now? Okay, sir. On the part of government, let me start with the government. We had suffered this unfortunate incident. And over time, we had made presentation to the government with respect to rehabilitating our community in the full context of rehabilitation. Our community was displaced. The whole and the entire town was destroyed, including our properties. During the reconstruction of Zangon Kataf, the reconstruction was not sincerely executed. I believe the commission had gone to Zangon Kataf and had seen it, the state of structures there. That is one. We are recommending that the commission should recommend to the government, federal government in particular, which started the reconstruction of Zangon Kataf town, to revisit the issue of reconstructing Zangon Kataf town and help us, assist us by completing all that has been outstanding. That will enable, this will go a long way to enable our community return to Zangon Kataf. One of the witnesses had already testified to the fact that only few people had returned to Zangon Kataf. That is one. Two, we require security. There has been a barrack which was constructed as part of the general program of reconstructing Zangon Kataf town in the town. We thought at the end of it, if the whole construction was concluded, there should have been deployed a full security outfit which will provide security not to our own community, but in a larger context, the entire communities. That is number two. Number three, we require compensation. Our community had suffered losses of lives and property during the carnage, which of course saw our entire displacement out of town. We are also appealing to the commission to recommend to the government to assist us, because many of us have been made to really, bear a heavy load on itself.
Now,
that is on the part of the community.
glancing through some of their requests,
Yes, sir.
do you want to have a separate community when you talk about full self-determination?
Okay. Not separate per se, sir. We are going to live under the same local government. We believe, we have, from the experiences we have, sir, we want that.
Are you different communities or one community?
We are different community. It's a very wrong notion, really, which has been presented to the commission. The chairman said 99% our houses resident inside the Zangon of town. We are a different community altogether. But we had lived with each other for long in that, in that context.
Please, will you be kind to tell this commission how many communities are in Zangon Kataf, local government, that you know of?
In Zangon Kataf local government?
Yes. How many communities?
One, we have the Bajus, we have the Kataf.
Now, here in the riverine area, they call themselves nationalities.
Yes, sir.
Are you also nationalities?
We are, if it can be in that context, sir.
Yes. You have?
We are a unique nationality there,
Please,
sir. We have Baju, we have Ikulu, we have Kamantan, we have Atap, we have House of Fulani, and then we have the other larger Nigerians, which are also resident, in the local government.
Yes. Now, please, before we round up, have a look at these documents. Are they contained in your write-up? If they are, I will dispense with them. If they are not, we tender them.
They are not.
Yes.
They are not. They are not, my lord.
Yes. Yes. They are in the memo, your write-up.
No, they are not, my lord.
May I tender these documents, my lord, in evidence? Their petition, their letters of complaints. You tried to explain.
Yes.
All this I hope you summarize them in your addresses.
We will, my lord. You tried to explain to the commission.
You will tender 3 documents as one or separately.
My
These
lord, let
documents-
them, for time, let it be
One by one.
ABC, my lord.
ABC. I'll make them 73A and B.
As it could be.
73, 73A, 73B.
We are most obliged. Letters of complaints.
What are these documents? We really ought to be parties to these proceedings. These documents have been thrown to us at the last moment, so they have to be properly identified. Otherwise, we'll be at sea. We won't be able to address or respond.
My lord will notice from the write-up, there are documents in Hausa language that were not translated. What we did was to attach them, those that are in Hausa, and give them the true English translation, some of them that were attached. In answering a question to the commission chairman that you asked of determination, I didn't hear your answer correctly. What determination were you talking about?
We want a separate traditional institution, similar to the one accorded Atiap community.
What is your problem with the Atiap tradition?
It's the leadership. Leadership had been hypocritical, I would say.
Yes.
It's been hypocritical in the sense that there is no sincerity. Number one has to do with the pledges made, which we entered into during reconciliation, have never been honored.
Is it inconsistent with your own culture?
It's not. The Atiap chiefdom is not consistent with our own culture. We are not part of really, the ruling houses.
Yes.
And we are a community.
Yes.
You know, and further to that, really, we used to be 3 communities under Atiap chiefdom. There was the Ikulu, there was the House of Fulani community, there was the Atiap community, which were given Atiap chiefdom in 1995 by the government of Colonel Jafar Issa.
Yes.
By 2000, the present government of Alhaji Mohammed Makarfi created Ikulu chiefdom.
Yes.
And left us with Atiap, and we have been undergoing very horrifying experiences.
Thank you.
Yes, and that has been the thing that has really, not permitted our people to return back to Kataf.
Yes. We had said earlier on that what happened in Zango has encouraged other places, and we tendered a videotape entitled The Major One. Did you see that video?
I did, my lord.
Yes.
Other places outside the community,
Yes.
outside the local government.
Yes, because of what happened, yes, in Kafanchan.
Now, this chiefdom, can you have 2 chiefdoms in the same area, same community?
My lord, in Kaura local government alone, you have Kagoro chiefdom, you have Marwa chiefdom.
Yes.
In Kafanchan, Jama alone, you have Kafanchan, you have Kaninko, and Sanga.
Sanga.
Yes.
There are all chains of local,
In their own
chiefdoms
local
all in that
government
environment.
alone, they have the Baju, my learned friend Kanamaraki, they have the Ikulu, they have the Atiap in one local government. Maybe by the year 2003, we should
So
have
you want your own
100.
chiefdom
Certainly, sir, my lord.
in your, when you have self-determination.
Exactly, sir.
Now, so can you explain why you say it has affected other areas quickly? Sort of.
Yes, indeed, it has affected other areas.
Yes.
You know, the crisis in Jama'ah,
Yes.
Jama'ah itself, was one that was a pointer to the fact that is emancipation that was needed. And there were several crises in which really, the Hausa community in Jama'ah had suffered untold casualties and then property loss.
Yes.
And similarly, it was extended, this carnage of the fact that really,
Now, my question, did you personally see the video where it was called upon that once the emir of Jama'ah dies, other communities should take over?
I saw it, sir.
Yes.
I saw it, my lord.
And it's contained on the video.
It's contained in one of the videos tendered.
Yes.
Yes, we now touch the salient issue.
And what about your relationship with...
How much longer? Because we have touched the main issue.
my lord, I will round up.
Self-determination.
Yes. General Zamani Lekot said he has no problem with you, and you have no problem with him. Do you agree? And can you show us you really don't have problem before this commission?
As Muslims, we don't have any problem with anybody, as Muslims, until you perhaps show us a color which is not consonant with our own conduct on our own faith or on really, good manners, that we really, say, we have problem with you. Zamanila court really, belongs to such kind of elites, Kataf elites, which we have presented some exhibits suggesting his interference, even in the Zango affairs. This started way back since 1967.
Forget about it. Do you consider him as one of the leaders of his people?
I doubt it.
What about you? Do you
am.
consider yourself?
Well,
so
I am.
with whom are you going to settle? If there will be.
All right. If there will be reconciliation,
Yes.
we are ready. If the Kataf community decided to appoint Zamanila Court to be their representative, we shall sit to talk.
Yes.
We're very ready.
You want your own sovereign national conference?
No, my lord. We believe, my lord, that reconciliation, as has always been said, has to come from within, from us. And we or he should, or the Kataf leadership should show that example.
Yes.
And we have never had that example.
Yes.
Even while we are in this state.
Sorry. Finally, we can't say all the things we want to say in view of this time thing. But since he's released from prison, has he made any overtures to your people so that you can settle? Personally?
Zamanila Court,
Yes.
to the best of our understanding, had never initiated overtures that would stand to discuss sincerely issues. He had rather imposed himself on our community, dictating what needed to be done, along with the ITF traditional leadership.
I think we've got the main issues. Do you want to cross-examine on peace? I'm interested in the way to peace, the way forward.
No, I prefer to tackle other issues as well. Now, your Hausa,
Yes, my lord.
from where did your family originate?
My family originated from Kano, partly Borno.
Partly Kano,
Yes,
partly Borno.
Borno, that's right.
Now, I have here, in order to save time,
Go ahead.
a publication, an advertorial, signed on behalf of the Hausa Fulani community of Zango Urban District, Kaduna State, dated the 13th to 19th of April, 2001. It's already in evidence.
Go ahead.
Now, there at page 28 of that publication, it says, Zango Kataf was founded over 300 years ago on virgin land by Hausa Fulani traders known as Fatake, and so on. I said the traders chiefly came from Kano, Hadeja, Katsina, Daura, Zaria, Sokoto, Maiduguri, Potiskum, and so on. And going down to even Ilorin, Wanja, Lagos. Hausa emigrating from Lagos
No.
to the sea. Okay.
No, my lord, that's not right.
Now, so that you agree that those who settle there are just strangers, travelers who have just gathered there from all parts of the north. Is that not so?
Let me say one thing. my
Just
lord.
answer that question.
Travelers, come again, my lord. Let me hear you. Yes, come again.
Now
Come
you
again,
got my question. Let me put it another way.
You're welcome, my lord.
You see, I come from the southwest. You see, we have a town very near Lagos. We call it Sango Ota. In Shagamu, we also have Sango. In Ijebu-Ode, we have, that's where I come from. We also have Sango. In various pockets of some of the big towns in, certainly in Yoruba land, and it's obvious that this is what happened in Zango. Whenever Hausas come as strangers and find they're given a place to settle down and carry on their trade as strangers, they call it Sango or Zongo. Is that not so?
Zango, my lord.
Zango, yes. We call it Songo. That's how we understand it.
Okay, my lord.
Yes. So that expression, Sango or Zango, stands for stranger elements who have been accommodated in indigenous areas. Is that not so?
That is not so. Let me explain. That is not so, and I mean it.
Are you indigenous to, are your people in Zain, houses in Ota, indigenous to Ota, Sango Ota?
They can be indigenous. It all depends.
Okay, tell us your definition of indigenous.
Thank you. Indigenous, really, I mean, by the definition of Nigerian Constitution, it gives you indigenship. Or you want me just to really, I mean, give you an
Give us the Hausa definition of indigenous. Leave the Constitution alone.
All right. In my own view, if you stay
Don't give us your personal view. How do you know the indigenous to mean? How do your people consider the expression indigenous? What does it mean to you, to your people, not you personally?
To our people, being indigenous in an environment is to have been, at least in the first instance, born there. If you are born and your own great parents came to the place for whatever reason and they stayed there up to the time that you are also born, you regard yourself as indigenous. It's as simple as that, yes.
Is that so?
That is so, my lord.
Right, okay, so when you first get there, when your ancestors first get there, they are usually given the land as strangers by the owners to occupy.
All
is
right.
that not so?
That is not true. They were never given any land by anybody, any Kataf people.
So in Sango Ota, the houses who come there, they just capture the land and begin to live there.
You see that there are different perspectives.
Will you answer my question? Are you saying in such places, when the houses get into a strange country for the first time, they just take over the land, capture it, and become indigenous?
Our own case is different.
Who are you? Who are you?
We, the Hausa community inside Zango Kataf town.
Oh, I see.
That is it.
So yours in Zango are different. That's
Exactly.
your problem. You see, that is your problem. You have a twisted interpretation of meaning of indigenous. You are strangers. In most part of Nigeria, if strangers are accommodated and given land to reside by indigenous owners, they remain on the land for as long as they behave themselves. The moment they misconduct themselves, they are ejected through the courts. Sorry.
My lord, that is your opinion, my lord. That is your opinion, because
that is my knowledge of the law.
We have
that is my knowledge of the law.
about where Kataf people came from is contained in our own exhibit. Because of time, we will not be able to be heard properly, so that we could read these things out to you. Nobody came from heaven to a place to live in a place.
You see,
you know, numerical strength of Kataf community had given them such kind of a, I mean, I would say,
witness.
Right.
Yes.
To even regard just because
Council
of the
heard it.
nature of our community.
Witness.
We're settlers.
Look, we all want to work hard to create something better than what we saw. In that attempt, we will not ignore history. No.
Certainly, sir.
The history may not be the correct thing today. But let's accept it existed like this before. We want it this way now.
yes.
Then it's easy.
But sir,
Every community has some people who came first, those who came second, those who came third.
Yes.
And the law is asking, those who came first will regard themselves as first settlers.
Yes.
Those who came after them. But we want to integrate. The aim here is to see if we can integrate everybody.
Exactly.
And find a new word in our vocabulary, leave this indigenous or no indigenous.
Exactly.
If we can substitute, say, residence.
Yes. Yes.
That has not been done, but that's what we are asking if it can be done.
Yes.
If I'm born in Jos, brought up in Jos, lived there 200 years, if anybody can live 200 years, I'm still regarded as a stranger. We say that is not good enough. But let's see what the history was before I can change it.
Yes.
But this issue really had to do with the fact that the Kataf people came from Kargi. They came from Kargi. Let me just we were there before them. And you know, what is contained there, you see, their numerical strength really, has given them such kind of a right and perception for the Nigerian public to think that they came before us.
You see,
that is history. That is history. You might accept or reject.
Mr. Bisala, yes, I am going to leave this topic now. But right. I'm going to leave you with this, that the main cause of the problem in Zango area, and it will continue to be, is that your people who gather together from all over the country and settle there as strangers are not ready to accept that you are or were originally accepted and given land in that area. You are settlers, you are strangers there. The people have accepted you. And unless you accept the fact that you are strangers in the area, instead of claiming to be original owners, there will never be peace in that place. There will never be peace if you still contend that you own the land as against the Atiaps, notwithstanding the fact that Zango is one tiny little spot right in the middle of Kataf land. Did you jump from the sky right into that place?
My Lord, did the Kataf people jump from the sky to be where they are today? They have not really, everybody really, came from somewhere. And the issue is this, really, just because of their numerical strength and because of the now tendencies in the Nigerian politics.
I've told you,
there's this sort of grand sympathy for the Kataf community that they own that land that we are on.
I've told you,
which is really, not true. And we continue to disagree. Yes. Except, of course, if Kataf do not want us to live together with them. Then we can have their terms. Let's have the terms for us to live and move back to wherever we come from. We are not ashamed to say where we come from. This is our people. We are always ready to tell the truth about ourselves. We will never hide our identity.
I will keep to my promise to leave you with the matter there. But that's my advice to you and your people. Your father was born in Gora.
No, yes, my father was born in Gora.
Huh?
Exactly, sir. He was born in Gora, a Kataf settlement. That's correct.
Exactly.
By his father, who went there because of his profession.
Yes.
And he grew up, let me tell you more, he grew up with the present chief of Kataf. That is true.
Your father's father...
He was his age mate.
Your father's father went to Gora.
Yes, that's
from where?
My grandfather.
From where?
Let me tell you, let me say
from
this.
Where?
Normally in Zango Kataf,
will you answer? Will you?
From Zango town. From Zango town. It was his profession that took him there.
He came from Kano. You have Kano origin, aren't you?
I am.
Exactly.
I'm not ashamed to say who I am.
Yes.
I'm telling you this.
And you are indigenous.
I'm not ashamed to say what I am.
You are indigenous to Kano.
I beg your pardon, sir.
You are indigenous to Kano.
No, I'm indigenous to Zango Kataf. Let me tell you. Yes.
Now, let me move on. Your father's house in Zango has been rebuilt has been rebuilt. Is that not so?
That is not true. It has not been really completely rebuilt.
I see.
That is what I also really mentioned to the commission.
Oh, all right. Okay. Let us look at it very closely. Is there a roof on top of the house?
None at all.
Eh?
None.
There is no roof.
That's right. That's right, my lord.
Wasn't it part of the program of the Kaduna state government?
It was.
I see. But about 1,000 houses at least have been built in Zango Kataf.
I wouldn't be able to know. I don't have the statistics.
Roughly, give us a rough idea.
I would not be able to, my lord. I wouldn't be able to.
You won't even give a rough idea to help us?
Constructed, you said.
Yes.
You see, when you say constructed, it doesn't mean completed. The
constructed and completed and roofed.
No, I think I could say about maybe 50. 50.
I leave that.
That is it.
The members of the tribunal have commission have seen the place.
Yes,
So,
exactly. My
yeah,
lord.
so that's a matter for your credibility. Now, so where are you living now?
I'm living in Kaduna
I see why.
by virtue of work.
Why?
By virtue of work.
Or by virtue of work.
Exactly, yes.
Do
I
you
work.
go back to Zango once in a while?
I do,
Right.
frequently.
In the weekend?
Because I have my relations there.
At the weekend?
I do. It depends. It depends on the need.
What is the percentage of the houses built in Zango that is being lived in by your people today on a regular basis?
On a regular basis.
On a regular basis.
It's no more than 30%.
30%.
Exactly. Of
Yes.
the inhabitants, total inhabitants that are
Yes.
now resident inside
Yes.
Kataf town.
Yes. Look, why don't you come out? You people don't want to go back to Zango to live there and integrate?
You see,
In spite of the money spent by government on
Right.
reconstructing the place?
okay, if we did not want to go back, let me tell you, I will not be standing here talking about Kataf. Our people will have left long ago. It's because we have the spirit of oneness. In spite of what happened to us by the Kataf, our neighbors, for over 100 or centuries ago, we are interested to go back. We do not have any place to take pride in. But if circumstances warrant, we'll leave. There's no big deal about Kataf. There's nothing. There's no gold to mine, no petrol to mine. So what is it?
Government built 1,000 houses for you. You are only occupying 30%.
Because of insecurity again.
Wait a minute. You are now waiting for government to also give you monetary compensation to go back?
We didn't ask the government in the first place to reconstruct Kataf town when it was destroyed by the Kataf soldiers.
Right.
We did not ask federal government. We didn't tell Babangida then to rebuild Kataf.
Yes.
If perhaps, I'm sure really, if Kataf had not been rebuilt, we would not have really gone back. Nobody would have seen us. We would have really gone. We are really, we are self-reliant. Hausa people are self-reliant. They can really go anywhere and really, start a new life.
I put it to you that you people are up to some game. You really are wanting probably to put pressure or blackmail government to give you more money and pretend you are going back.
Certainly.
You do not intend to go back to Zango to live there.
Myself,
That is all for the witness.
I will not be really, standing here. Perhaps it's Kataf who really wanted money, having killed us. They are now
Question.
presenting really 774 names. Whereas really, and the destruction center and where the killing, where the mass graves are, is inside Kataf town. They should have been able, by the time we went for the visit, to show the community.
Questions? Are you having any questions for him?
Yes, Abubakar.
I'm not above.
You are the author of Exhibit 39. Take a look at it.
I'm not above.
You are not the author.
I'm not Abubakar.
Okay, sorry. BISALLAH, sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry.
So I'm with it now.
You are with it. You
Yes.
are one of the authors of that document.
What makes you say I'm one of the authors?
Did you sign that?
What is your proof?
Did you sign it?
I did not sign.
Okay.
I did
But
not
it's
sign. My name is
signed.
not there.
But it's signed.
It is
by,
signed, exactly.
by your brothers.
Exactly.
In
My
Zango.
brothers, exactly, whom I know very well.
And you share the position of that
Absolutely,
document.
absolutely.
Yes. Please look at to your left-hand side
I've seen it.
the paragraph that I asterisk.
Exactly.
Can you read?
The man record.
Yes. Read
What
that.
reconciliation?
Yes.
What reconciliation is the question we put under that subheading. The man's record as we know him. An ex-retired convicted general from the Nigerian army, frustrated and aggrieved. It is being speculated that he is still nursing the feelings of alleged wrongful retirement. We find it amusing that an ex-convict is still being addressed as general by the Nigerian press. Is that
Go on, go on.
Fine.
Where I stopped. Yes,
He- Of course it was fair as far as I'm concerned, because
Okay.
they cannot return
It's okay.
the one they killed
It's okay.
to date.
Oh, you believe the trial was very fair?
Exactly.
Okay. You believe, do you know that Kataf people also were killed in Zongo?
Sorry, let me just say that it could be they were killed. I don't know.
It could be they were killed.
Exactly.
You are now becoming very reasonable. It could be they were killed.
Or was I
You
unreasonable?
believe that they were killed, is it?
They might have been
So
killed.
assuming they were
I
killed,
don't know.
listen, assuming they were killed, assuming they were killed,
Yes, please.
do you believe that those who killed them also should be arrested?
Certainly, if they were found, exactly.
And
We
of
believe
course-
life for life. It's as simple as that. That is what our religion teaches us.
Life for life.
Exactly.
So if you kill, you'll be killed.
Exactly.
If you don't kill, you will not be killed.
Certainly.
Good. So I put it to you that those Kataf people
have a
that were killed, listen, those Kataf people that were killed by the Hausa, also, the Hausa desire to be killed.
If they were found, they were found to have committed such kind of crime,
Yes.
if they
But-
were found, yes, I agree.
To your knowledge, do you know of any Hausa man in Zongo that was tried for the killing of the Kataf?
Certainly, because they didn't kill
Do
anybody.
you know any? You don't know. Nobody was tried. Nobody was tried.
Nobody was tried.
Nobody was arrested.
Exactly.
Nobody was arrested.
Nobody, to my knowledge.
Yes. Now, you signed the Mwazu's report on behalf of the Hausa community in Zongo.
I did.
You did?
I was one of the signatories.
Yes. So, to the best of your knowledge, has that report been implemented by government to the full?
As far as I'm concerned,
Has it been implemented by government to the full?
it's no longer relevant.
No.
I'm
that
not
is-
aware of the position of that
Yes,
report. As far as I'm concerned, I'm
yes.
not aware of the position of that
Bisala,
report.
I'm not asking you the relevancy of that document. What I'm saying is that, to the best of your knowledge, has that report been implemented in full?
Government will be able to, I don't know.
You don't know. Now, page 66 of that report Yes, page 66 of that report, you agree the Kataf and the House, listen, the Kataf and the Hausas agreed for the creation of an Etiap chiefdom. On page 66 of that report, you agree that a chiefdom should be created for the Kataf.
I can't see that. Let me see that.
Okay, take a look at page 66 of the. Give him. Give him. Page 66. Just that recommendation.
Where is the place? Where is the place?
Page 66.
Uh-huh.
Are you there? Are you there?
Yes.
Yes. So you.
Which number? Which sort of the numbers? Item what? Yes, don't cut up. Which one
Let
is
me
it?
have it. Let me have it. He has it there. He doesn't want to read it.
I don't have it. You mean I should lie to you? Look at what I have here is this one.
Let him read.
Progress.
Why are you saying that I don't want to read it? Why? How horrible is it? Someone could have town as the place where the House of Fulani live and have their farmlands.
Yes.
That is one.
One.
Two, Someone could have town as the district headquarters for all the communities in the district.
Yes.
That is two.
As what?
Headquarters of all the communities in the district.
Yes.
Someone could have town as the administrative headquarters for the purposes of citing projects.
Go on.
Okay. Someone could have town as the potential headquarters in the event of the creation of a new local government.
Yes, so stop there. Now, by that paragraph,
What about the rest?
listen, by that paragraph, you agree that upon the creation of an Etiap chiefdom, the headquarters was going to be in Zongo. By that paragraph.
No.
Okay. Read the next one.
Someone could have town as the headquarters in the event of creation of the I've read that Kataf chiefdom. Someone could have town as the headquarters in the event of the creation of the Zango urban district.
Let me finish. So please, now, you mean to tell me that that report that you have just read does not recognize Zango town as the headquarters of the Etiap chiefdom in the event of its creation?
Yeah.
It didn't.
No. It did.
It did. Okay, wait.
It's listed here.
It did.
Uh-huh.
Now, when government created the Zango Kataf, the Etiap chiefdom, where was the headquarters cited?
Samaru Kataf.
Samaru. So it's in breach of that agreement.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Because really, I mean, there
It's-
were issues that really came
It's
thereafter.
okay. Not
after
at
this
all.
report.
Not at all. Yes.
There were issues that came after.
Now,
There was
now,
Pali,
Bisallah,
Pali.
listen,
If you remember
Bisallah.
that,
Can
if
we
you don't
make
know.
progress?
Bisallah,
are, we,
listen.
are we bound by his interpretation of a document? Are
That-
we
that's it.
bound
My lord,
by his interpretation of what?
Ask
Whether
God,
he
please.
says what you
my lord,
read
we're
is-
just trying to show the type of person he is. If he cannot agree to a simple
are
question,
we bound by his own interpretation?
yes, my lord, it will touch on the credibility, on the weight to be attached to his evidence. Yes. Because he's here to
Are
tell.
we bound by what
We
he
are not
says
bound.
is the meaning of what you read?
We are not bound, my
Answer
lord.
is no.
No, yes,
Let's
my lord.
make progress then.
Ask God, please. Now, in that report, you agreed that Zongo Kataf is part and parcel of Etiablan.
Zongo Kataf what? I don't
Zongo Kataf town
no,
is
no.
part, listen.
It's
that
not.
Zongo Kataf town is part and parcel of Kataflan.
Not at all.
Not at all. Now,
Yes, my
please,
lord.
please take a look at page 35
Page 30.
of
I'm
that
not
report.
interested in the pages. We can read the pages,
Ask God, please.
address us on the pages. We have three
Ask-
more cases.
As commission pleases. Now, you believe, now there are also non-Hausa settlements in Zaria, like in Wusasa, in Sakaro, in Sabongari, in Zaria. There are non-Hausa settlements that are predominantly non-Hausa in
Generally,
Zaria.
Even in Kaduna.
You believe that? There are?
Yes.
Yes. So these settlements are more populated than Zangon Katafam.
Combine them, the
No.
settlements, or
No,
one single.
one settlement.
It couldn't have been.
That Usasa is
Like
bigger.
which one?
Listen, Usasa is bigger than Zangon Katafam.
That's not true. That is not true. Uzasa is not
Sabongari-
bigger than Zangon Kataftown, where I come from.
Sabongari is bigger than Zangon Katafam.
Of course, yes, exactly. It could be, exactly,
Yes,
population-wise.
it could be.
I-
So, okay,
yes.
yeah, population-wise could be.
Yes.
Now, do you believe that it is proper to grant autonomy, to give them a chiefdom in Sabongari, just like you are advocating for a chiefdom in Zangon Kataf?
No.
You don't believe that?
I don't believe that
Okay.
because they are not
Okay, it's
a
okay.
homogeneous tribe. Period.
They are not indigenous tribes.
Yeah, homogeneous with same culture. In Sabongari, it is really, I mean, you have Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, whatever. So it's not really, I mean, like Kataf, or
You-
Hausa Fulani Committee of Zango Town.
Yes, you also have Hausa settlements in Ikulu land.
Yes, there were
Yes.
some small Hausa families there.
Yes.
It's not a settlement per se.
Yes, and you also have them in Manchok.
In Grains, exactly.
in
Grains,
Morualand.
a bit. With Fulanis, exactly.
Yes. So do you advocate that those settlements,
Oh, no.
no matter how small, be
They are
given chiefdom?
uncomparable to Zango Kataf Town. You know that.
No,
You
I
are
don't know.
Kataf, you know
I
that,
don't know.
really.
I don't know.
Perhaps you don't know Zango Kataf Town. That is why some of you really, when you come to talk, you should say things that are really incongruent. with what is there.
Abubakar, listen. Do you believe that? Sorry,
I'm-
Bisallah.
Thank you, please.
Bisallah,
Thank
do you
understand.
believe that those settlements in Ikulu land, those Hausa settlements in Ikulu land, deserve to have their own? Because they are also traders,
You
like
see-
the one
you
in
see-
Zongo. They were traders. They were traders.
There is no basis for comparison with the people, the houses, the few houses in Kululand.
Yes.
There's no basis for comparison.
So they
You
are also
can't depend on
Hausas.
let me just say one thing.
Progress.
They are also Hausas like you.
They can be given dagachi. You know what dagachi is?
They are
You
also,
know what
listen,
dagachi? Let me tell you.
Those
Does he
settlements, they are-
agree that where they are is called a settlement? Does he agree
No,
to
they
that?
are also Hausas like you. And
They are
traders.
houses
They are traders.
mixed up with other tribes that are there.
They are also traders like your brothers in Zongo.
I wouldn't know what they are there for.
I see.
Yes.
All right.
Now,
I'm
now
going to call
this-
another case.
Sorry,
How
sir.
much longer are you staying over this? How
so
much
just
longer?
one more question, sir.
You haven't added 1 inch to what I've said already.
No, just one more question, sir.
If you think you have others, put them in your address.
Bisallah, just one more
Make it
question, sir.
200 pages. We read.
Just one more question, sir. Bisallah,
1 more minute.
thank
then
you, sir.
we'll go to another case.
Now, Bisallah,
Yes, please.
the reconstruction of Zangon Kataf town was handled by Architect Kubo, the then Commissioner of Agriculture.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
It wasn't him that handled it.
Who handled
It was
it?
the federal government.
No, the
That
federal
handled that.
government used somebody. He supervised it.
No. It was supervised by the federal government. You see, that's the only knowledge I am aware of. I don't know any other thing again.
That's over.
Thank you.
1 minute, one question, all right?
I'm re-examining him only on one question. You are asked where your grandfather came from. You said your father was born in Zango. And you also said the Katafs came from somewhere. Exactly. Where did they come from?
They came from Kargi. Historically, they came from Kargi, and they're still there.
Why is Kargi?
Kargi is under a local government in Kaduna State called Kubau local government. People should go and find that out. Okay. They are remnants.
But your own father was born in Zango?
My father was born in Zango, Kataf town.
Okay. That's all for him.
Now, there are so many interesting points which I want all council to highlight in their addresses. Our view is known. Maybe the commission wants a better Nigeria where there will be no more Sabongaris, no more settlements. Everybody is a Nigerian. That is what we are hoping for, yes. Isn't it? Yes. If that is done, all these cases will not come up.
My Lord, my own tribe is all over the place. Huh? My own tribe, the Fulanis, are all over the place.
Exactly.
And everywhere we go, they tell us we are not indigenous.
You are like the Igbos, they're all over the place too. Do you regard them as strangers or settlers?
Yes. Anyway, my Lord, it is not really happening, but next time I'll move to your address.
Because we are all aiming at the same thing. For a good and happy day where everybody in Nigeria should be a Nigerian, not member of this ethnic group or nationality or tribe. That is what the former national anthem envisaged, that though tribes and tongues may differ, we are all Nigerians. Well, let's work towards that. But let's accept the historical facts, which we regret, and build up a new Nigeria based on we are all Nigerians. So
we are very
emphasize that in your address.
We will.
And also bring out the ugly fact of ethnicity, how it's dragging us down. If you do that, all this long cross-admission will be of no, it has helped to show that we have differences.
We are well guided, my Lord.
How many weeks do you think you will need? 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Addresses?
On our part, 1 week.
4 weeks?
1 week is enough on our part.
1 week. All right, let's give 2 weeks. Addresses on both sides. Yes. On the issue of what happened during the tribunal, Okadibo, the law is simple. And then on the issue of integration, that is why I really want a proper address, integration, how we can integrate the various groups together. So 2 weeks.
Very well, man.
And during your research, if you find any point that will help, don't hesitate to attach them to your report, whether it's given or tendered to the witness box or not. All right. Now,
you know, on this matter of Zango Kataf, I must say that although we've had quite a lot of talking and very, very reasonable arguments, I'm a bit saddened by the fact that we have ended on a less optimistic note than I had hoped. But on this whole question that has continued to come about who is a settler and who is where, I know that about 90% or 99% of us sitting here don't belong to Abuja. But that is where we are. I don't think, although the Gwaris own this place, but I'm sure some of the best buildings in Abuja today belong to soldiers and politicians who have absolutely very little to do with claims of indigeneity here. It's just to make the point that, you know, we at the end of the day, just like he said, he's living in Zaria. He was born in Zangon, Kataf, and so on. There are a lot of people that are sharing these identities. There is a Nigerian who is living in New York. He's not a Nigerian in the United States. He's not an American citizen, but he owns a whole island to himself. And I'm sure that the senior advocate knows his name. I will not call his name, but he owns an island himself. He's not an American citizen. He's still a Nigerian. Al-Fayed, who owns the most expensive shop in London, the British have still refused to give him citizenship. And his son would have married Princess Diana, except for the events that happened. I just want to underscore the point that at the end of the day, a lot of these claims, they are important, we now know, but life has to go on. Many of these questions are issues that traditional institutions can never resolve. The elite can never resolve them. Unfortunately, we are allowing politicians to do what intellectuals and academicians ought to be doing, namely trying to explain where our societies are coming from. We are largely a semi-feudal society, and semi-feudalism moving towards modernization. There are bound to be conflicts. Otherwise, it is a tragedy that in this day we are talking of democracy, that we should be talking about wanting our chiefs and wanting our... This is not, democracy is about representation, and we cannot have representation that is not based on acceptance. You decide on whom you want to represent you. So I think we have had all this. The points have been very well made and very well canvassed, but I'm sure when your father was growing up, along with the president of Watiap, they didn't have any conflicts. That is because everybody had an idea about where they belong. And the point has been very well made. If you live in Britain, if you live in America, as long as you don't break their law, no matter, the laws may not be acceptable to you. But if they are not acceptable to you, this is what freedom is. You can move elsewhere. Nature allows you, doesn't allow you to choose your neighbors, as the saying goes, but it allows you to choose your friend, which is that you could be here, but your best friend is in South Africa. So I think the points have been made, but I was hoping on a very optimistic note that given the amount of time we've given to this case and all points of view have been canvassed, that will end on a more positive note, because I just pity the ordinary people maybe in Zango and the ordinary people in parts of Zango and Kataf that are listening to this, who will probably go back with them thinking that the battle lines are still largely drawn. And I'm quite worried that we didn't seem to have come closer to reconciliation in a way that I had expected after all positions have been canvassed. Because at the end, the Commission will make its recommendations, but the process of living in peace is largely not even the product of the Kaduna State government with all the best of intentions. Even after releasing a white paper, that will have to be hammered out by the Kataf people and the Hausa people. And as I said, I really would have hoped that on a more optimistic note, at least, not an artificial gesture, but that I would have liked something that the Hausa people can take back to their people in Zango and say, well, this is how far we went in Abuja. This is what we still need to do. The Kataf people will still be able to say, this is how far we went in Abuja. This is how we still need to, what we still need to do. Because my feeling is that we have ended up almost as we started, we've learned a lot. And the points have been made, but I was hoping that, that General Lekwood haven't stated his case and the case of his people, many of whom were illiterate and didn't know they had even been condemned to death in English. That now that this point has been very well made, where do we go from here? I think this is, there is need for magnanimity of sorts. And we, the elite, need to be able to show something very positive that our people can take out, because this is the end of the sitting of this commission. After today, we'll make our recommendations, but I don't think that the president of Nigeria is going to go to Zango and Kataf to make peace. So I just like to end on that note.
In view of what Father has said, can we decide your case on the documents before us? Easily, we can easily do
Lord,
that.
I wanted...
If you call 200 witnesses, it won't change what is written already.
Are you talking about my own cases?
Your own case, yes. That's what I want to call now.
My
Lord, finished the other case.
One was for cross-examination. That of the...
this cross-examination business.
Yesterday.
Nothing has come out of any cross-examination.
Yes, my Lord.
Nothing.
With the Sayawa case, my Lord, all we want to do is put in our memo, an addendum, then the terms of, the draft terms of settlement, then we can address
you have drafted some terms of settlement?
Yes, we've served them on the commission from both sides.
Well, if you draft and it's not accepted, then... See?
No, my
Well,
lord.
let's call the case first and see what you're talking about. Which case are you talking about?
Where's the list?
850.
A witness is still in the box.
850. No, but...
850.
You can go now. Thank you very much.
850, my
help,
lord.
help. You are a leader too. Help. On the way to peace, you and Lecourt work together.
I thought he was waiting for a handshake with General Lecourt.
Yes, we're in a hurry. Unless you prepare to pay for... I'm not talking about reconciliation.
850.
No. Yes? Call the case first to see what has happened in the case.
850.
You call 850.
Petition number 850, Sayawa Council of Elders. 850, Sayawa Council of Elders. Petitioners present, my lord.
With profound respect, my lord, E. Toro Esquire SAN. I appear for the petitioners. Appearing with me is my learned friend, Peter Kefas Esquire. Petitioners present.
My lord, same appearances for the Honorable Commission.
Are we relying on the submissions before us?
No, sir.
And your addresses?
No, sir.
Yes, what are we relying on? On your evidence here?
May it please the chairman and members of this commission, I announce appearance for the Bauchi State Government. Habib Idris Shal, Solicitor
You say
General.
we shouldn't rely on the submissions.
I'm coming, sir. I had wanted to announce my appearance first.
You've announced yourself, yes? It's recorded.
My lord, appearing with me is Haruna Mohammed, Director of Civil Litigations in the ministry.
With profound respect to my lord and honorable members of this commission, I announce appearance for Bauchi Emirate Council. My name is Mahmoud Haruna Yakubu.
Sorry.
Out of curiosity, were you in the army?
Pardon?
That's army whiskers.
Yes, my lord, that is, that is the appearance.
You were in the army?
No, my lord.
Where did you get all this then?
I like it that way, my lord. It's nature.
I see.
Yes.
May it please the chairman and honorable members of the commission. My name is A.R. Mohammed. I appear for the 13 non-Sayawa tribes.
My lord, as I am saying,
my lord, the chairman and members of the commission, I announce my appearance for the chairman, Tafabolo Local Government Council, and chairman, Bogoro Local Government Council.
Every group has had their papers tendered. If that's not so, then I'd like to have every petition or response to the petition tendered as a first step. Have you tendered your own position?
No, sir. My lord, I had wanted to trace the history.
Have you written down your own position?
No, sir. My lord, I had wanted to trace the history of this petition. My lord, when the petition...
You are tracing it orally or in your brief?
I'm coming, sir. With respect, sir. I'm coming, sir. My lord, when this petition came up before the commission at Kano. Now, before we could file even anything, the petitioners filed an addendum to their petition, wherein they admitted that they have made that most of the things they are complaining about have been addressed by the state government. They said only one thing or so remains. My Lord, the commission then gave us time within which to go and iron out that one issue. And that one issue is the issue of chiefdom. My Lord, later, when we came before this commission in Abuja, I learned that they filed another addendum again, which we are not served, but only here now. In it, they restated the point that most of the issues they have been complaining about have been addressed by the state government, with the exception of some few ones. My Lord, I think with their admission, we don't need to prove anything. That is why we don't need to, with their admission, my Lord, with their admission from the papers they filed before this commission, there was at that point in time no need for us to file any document whatsoever.
What you are saying now could help us if you put it round and then tender it. We look at it.
My Lord, we are looking at it from another angle altogether. Yes, my Lord, we are even saying there is even nothing before this commission now.
With profound respect, my Lord, I have a very pragmatic approach to this matter. My view of the situation in view of the constraint of time was for us to put in our memo and any other relevant document. And then, my Lord, subsequently, we will address this honorable commission. What transpired in Kano, I don't want to go into the history as he is doing, because we have since put that behind us. What I'm urging this honorable commission to do is to allow us, my Lord, put in our documents, and then we will address on all the documents that are before the commission, and this commission will make its recommendation accordingly. The single issue that he's talking about is the issue that is the mother of all triggers. It triggered the whole conflict, not only once, not twice, or even 5 times, on and on and on. It is that issue, my Lord, we will now address in our written submissions in view of time constraints. This is my humble submission.
That's what I suggested. Every group will tender their positions, written positions, then address. If you say they have no local standard, address us. If we agree with you, but we don't want people going there for 2 hours being cross-examined on nothing. So if you have nothing to submit, it's all right. Say you're not submitting anything.
As the commission pleases, my Lord, we will certainly file something. In that case, we will file our address. But, my Lord, I wish to intimate the commission, in filing our address, we will also annex papers to the address.
Has any other group any document to present to the commission? Well, tender them through the bar. We accept them. Tender all the documents through the bar. We'll accept them.
My Lord, it's not in respect of this matter. But mine is number 2. I don't know if when my Lord said...
I'm talking about this matter.
Okay, I'm awfully sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
850.
Yes,
How many are in 850?
Yes, my Lord. We are also
in 850?
Yes, my Lord.
Have you got any response?
Yes, my Lord, but we've not...
Is it tendered?
No, it is not tendered, my Lord.
Are you having it there?
We don't have it now, but
right.
we will now file it, my Lord.
Let us have it anytime we are ready.
Yes, we will now prepare it, my Lord, and file it along.
Yeah, we want to put in the documents now, my Lord.
All right.
From the bar.
Yes.
First of all, my Lord, we have the relevant memo. Don't you have this? Which is already with the commission. It's depriving me of my own copy. The second one...
Hold it. How many... We got this big one. Memorandum on Human Rights. That's exhibit what? You haven't tendered it yet?
We have not tendered it
All
yet,
right.
my lord.
That's exhibit 1.
I will retrieve it later. The second document, my lord. Don't you have a spare copy?
With profound respect, my lord, I don't have a copy of the memo.
Another.
Yes, my lord, an addendum dated the 21st of September 2001, which is already with the commission.
Look at the
21st of
21st
September.
September.
Exhibit 2.
As the court pleases.
Any other
This is
document?
the last one. Finally, my lord, we have 4 documents. 5?
Are they letters
1,
or
2, 3,
court orders? I see.
4. Should be, I have on. You can file the photocopies. Which is the 5th? Phone is 4 I have here. My lord, 4 documents, all dated the 8th of October 2001.
Sorry, my lord. My lord, most of these documents, sir, we have not been served with them.
You can look at them. We will serve them photocopies, my lord, in due course.
Exhibit 3, 3A, 3B, 3C.
Any other? That will be all, my lord. And we'll be in a position.
Let's go to another group.
Sorry.
You finished tendering all your documents?
Yes, I have.
All right. Are you tendering any today?
No, sir. My lord, we are just applying for the documents tendered now.
First of all, are you tendering any
No,
today?
sir. No, sir.
All right. Please supply all the other parties with copies of what you've tendered. Now, any other group tendering? Can you do it today? Can you supply them today? Can you supply them with the documents?
Yes, my lord, we'll supply
Today?
them with copies.
All right, supply them.
Particularly the last set.
All right.
Because the others are with the secretariat.
Having done that, no, not us. We have all the documents, them, so that they can react. Now, how many weeks do you want to write your address? 1, 2, 3. How many weeks? So look at the documents. If you agree with them, it's all right.
My lord,
Come on ground.
my lord,
if
I
you
think-
don't,
yes.
then point out the areas you don't agree with and proffer your own suggestions about what is the correct position,
As
either
God pleases.
legal or otherwise.
My
And
lord,
here's only one outstanding issue.
one outstanding issue.
Uh-huh.
My lord,
What
we will
is your
require
view
2
on
weeks.
that issue?
Yes, my lord, we will require 2 weeks. In fact, the issue is even more narrowed down to where the location of the chiefdom will be sited. It's
Good.
not only the issue of the
That
chiefdom.
issue is so
we'll
simple. Hold
address
it,
the
hold
court.
it, so simple.
2 weeks, 2 weeks, my lord, will be enough for
So
us.
simple.
Yes,
It's
my lord.
where to locate the local government headquarters, isn't it?
That is true, my lord.
All right then. That's a very simple issue. Is this an issue of fact or of law?
2 weeks on our part.
Of facts, my
2
lord.
weeks of fact.
Both
Is it
facts
really
are
of
law.
fact?
Both facts are law, my lord.
Both facts and law.
Yes.
So explore the factual side of the issue and the legal side of the issue. On that issue, one question is who locates? I don't say you should answer, make a note of it and answer it in your who locates. Second, what does he take into consideration before he locates? These are the two simple issues. Who locates? Can he do it arbitrarily, or does he take things into consideration before locating? Finish.
No, on the issue of who locates, is it an executive decision or purely that of the House of Assembly or both? So we need to know that.
Within 2 weeks, get your addresses ready, send them to our secretariat. Then Dixon, call that case.
My lord, the other matter is (934), my lord.
What's the position here? 934. Have we got all the documents necessary?
The only
all the documents are here.
The cross-examination was on yesterday, my
Yes,
lord.
but are the documents all here?
Well, on our side, yes.
How many are involved here? Appearances?
Oh, may it please the Honorable Commission, I appear for the petitioners.
All right.
My learned friend, Peter Kataf, is appearing with me.
With due respect, my lord, and members of the Honorable Commission, OAB Asogu, I appear for Alhaji Hama Misal, Assistant Inspector General of Police. Appearing with me, my lord, Alane colleagues, AC Ajoko, and F.E. Nwara.
Yes. On the petitioner, how many documents have been tendered? How many have they tendered from the petitioner's point of view?
May it please, Your Lordship. I humbly announce appearance for General Tiwat Anjuma and the Jukun Chamba community, sir. My name is Ibrahim Hamman, sir.
My Lord, we announce appearance for the Honorable Commission.
My lord, yesterday we started cross-examining the witness for the Kute people, but we couldn't continue.
Yes, let's see. Have you submitted all your papers?
Yes, sir.
I see.
Yes, my lord.
Petitioner submitted all his papers. I see one for Danjuma submitted too. I have it here.
My lord, but we have, we've not actually tendered, it's not been formally tendered, the reply to the petition. Alajihama Misal's reply.
Have you any other document you want to tender?
Yes, we equally
tender
have
them through the bar, yes.
Okay, sir. Here's the reply of Alajihama Misal to petition.
Have you got copies for, have you got?
There are copies. We've submitted copies, appropriate copies.
All right, let's see what it is. What exhibit will this be? Miss Wa, I see. What exhibit? Give it a name.
My friend. We have another document, report of the panel on the new composition of Usa local government.
Yes. What will that be? 11.
Take this one. This one is report of the panel on the new composition of Usa.
Extra copy? No, that's the only copy I have now because of the circumstances.
That's Exhibit 14.
Commission, please. My Lord, may I say, sir, that unfortunately, we have not had the opportunity to cross-examine because of the time constraint. I'm very much aware of that.
When you want to make them in your address.
Yes, sir. There are issues of fact and documents also which we would like to attach to the address.
Attach them to in your address.
Okay, sir. Very well, sir.
Look at them.
Very much obliged.
What about this? This has not been tendered. Which one is this? It's not been tendered yet.
That's Exhibit 2, my lord.
Exhibit 2? Now address it within 2 weeks again.
As the commission pleases. Okay. On a different...
Counsel for the, any other case? Any other case?
Yes, my lord, the first two on the list. The author of the book that was shown to my lord in the morning, and also the special hearing.
Sorry, my lord, may I crave the indulgence of the commission? In view of the question which my lord asked me yesterday about solutions to conflicts in the country, and as counsel who has appeared in most of these conflict situations, I just wanted, my lord, to leave a captivating piece of literature with the Honorable Commission. Perhaps some of you have read it, and it's titled The Settler Phenomenon in the Middle Belt and the Problem of National Integration in Nigeria. I feel maybe I should give a copy to the commission. Yes, my lord. Not as an exhibit.
Sorry, counsel, I just wanted to ask your client.
Yes, my lord.
1 or 2 questions.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
He's still a... yes, my lord. He's still around.
Please, I mean, this, don't take this personal, but I thought, you know, when I see Reverend, I naturally should be very interested. Are you an ordained minister?
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
With which denomination?
Faith Power Ministries, sir.
Okay. No, the reason why I'm asking this question is, you know, I think, especially in any conflict situation, the role that the church has to play is quite significant. And, you know, when you talk of in a conflict situation, especially if it is ethnic, as a priest, let me use that expression. Usually, you can't really use such word like my people. And what I mean here is because if you see what happened in Rwanda, the problems of Rwanda